Gary, the window's shut at last. 2 more loan signings. How happy are you with your business generally over the month?
Well, that's the business we've done, and you're only happy when the business that you've done comes to fruition, i.e. that they come and make a little bit of a difference. It was important that we improved our squad, and it was important that you've got enough in your squad to make sure you can see it out right through to the end of the season, and you've got a strong bench and a strong team.
Joe Rodden obviously signed earlier in the week from Swansea defender. Jake Andrews, a midfielder from Bristol City. Tell me about them both.
Well, we've been watching Joe for some time, obviously with it being fairly local at Swansea, and we had a chat with the agents a little while ago, and he wasn't available. Swansea wasn't making him available. They wanted to keep him. He's a Welsh international under 21s, and he's captain of their under 23s team. So and they were in the Checkatrade Trophy for quite some time. So they wouldn't let him out, but we kept asking, and a couple of days before the deadline, they said, yeah, it's time for him to go out, and we had already been badgering, so I think they felt that we were the club that he should come to. The lad came down with his dad, and we showed him what we do, what we've got, and he decided that he would make this the decision to come to us, which is good, because he is a well thought of young player.
And Jake?
And Jake is really. I spoke to Lee, and Lee wants him to get a bit of experience anyway with the first team. He's a decent player. He's a good player. He plays a wide player, left-footed player. Often he plays wide coming in because he's got a good left foot and good set piece taker. And he's come in with a bit of experience. I think he is competing for a place in the team. And the loans, it gives me competition amongst the loans as well, because neither of them can afford to drop below their standards.
And, all right, yes, you've got 7, but you can only play 5 at any one time. And also, there's no guarantee all 7 are always going to be fit and available each week.
No, well, that's the thing. And there's no real guarantee that on occasions you might lose somebody that has to go back for some sort of reason. But mainly it's injuries. And, we know the dates that Fozzie and Cranners are going to be coming back, but that's not necessarily match fitness. They're going to need to play a few reserve games as well, and I don't want to be in a position where we need to be stronger at a really important time.
Has this been a good week to A, not have a midweek game, but also B, to integrate those new faces? Yeah,
they both train for 3 or 4 days now, which is good. They'll have another training session today, one tomorrow. We're training up near Grimsby tomorrow, so they'll be integrated. We've shown them all our videos and things, and so they know what we're about and what we're trying to achieve. And we get close to it on occasions, and then sometimes we drop below it.
Grimsby, obviously very familiar opponents over the last 3 seasons, I suppose. Yeah. They've obviously got their problems at the moment. Their run, I think, is 1 point out of the last 21 that they've picked up. How much of an opportunity is there to capitalise on that?
Well, it's a great opportunity, of course. They've brought in a couple of new players, haven't they? Isa, that we know well, Sullivan, and the boy Simeon Jackson. Yeah. So I went with Downsy to watch Yeovil play Grimsby in the week, and unfortunately, after 2 minutes, or 6 minutes, the lad gets sent off, and suddenly they're down to 10 men, and their shape changes, and then they get new players. So, the manager's in there, and he's going to be needing a result, that's for sure. So he's made these 2 signings, and we got to make sure we don't think we just need to turn up. You've got to play well at Grimsby. The supporters will be on their side while their team are in it. But if we can get an early goal or get a goal up, then it could change.
And you mentioned there about trying to second guess what Grimsby do. Obviously, denied the opportunity the other night. And with teams signing so many players at this stage of the season, how hard is it to do your homework on opponents?
Yeah, it's quite difficult. Obviously you try and second guess what their team will be, what their shape will be, and they'll be doing that to us as well. And especially when a team has had a losing streak like Grimsby have, then you're never sure what their next game's going to be. They've got injured players that may come back. So the emphasis has got to be on your own team at the moment, and make sure that your team performs, your team plays in a shape that they're happy with, and then on the day when we get to know who their team is, because you won't know for an hour beforehand, then we'll have a last minute chat of who needs to be picking up, who's their danger players, who's their weaknesses, and at that point you'll see. But we'll discuss everybody that could be fit and could be available and could be in a certain shape. So that's all we can do.
And talking of fit and available, how's your squad? Obviously 2 players suspended.
Yeah, 2 players suspended, and the rest, I believe, are available for training today. So we'll see how they look, and I'll pick a team and a squad accordingly.